Sam, you've seen this guy's Facebook page.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, you would never think that he was such a disgusting creep by looking at his Facebook page.
So there's a disconnect.
The absolute opposite. There's inspirational quotes about love, peace, harmony. If you see someone in pain and need, hug them. There was pictures of him going to football games.
How do it make sense
him
of
hanging
this?
out with a girl. I know, you would never know by looking at his Facebook page.
Leanne, and
it's chilling.
These relationships, Leanne, started as sex for drugs. I mean, that you know, people that do a lot of drugs do a lot of exchanging sex for drugs.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, these women were probably drug addicts, so they took them up on that.
Well, right. And so there's nothing like, oh, it's not, obviously not a good thing, but there's nothing extraordinary about that, except that at some point this thing became violent and controlling, and he really sort of
well,
kidnapped
when you're locked
them.
into the room and you're taking off doorknobs so the women cannot get out.
Yeah.
And I also read in one of the reports, a woman actually tried to prosecute him because he filmed himself having sex with her, and she was knocked out from the drugs.
He raped her.
Yes, but like while she was completely out.
Wait. Anahita's saying no. The defense attorney says no. Come on.
I'm saying no. I'm agreeing that he's a creep and he's a pervert. He probably is a drug addict, but something about this story does not add up to me, Dr. Drew. These women were not kidnapped. They were prostitutes who he met on a sex website. They were not confined to the house. In fact, they were free to come and go. And I get you can
did
have
you
a
say they're
psychological
prostitutes?
Wait, let me
hold
get
on
in there,
somebody,
please.
And that can be a little bit worse than a physical hold.
Anahita, hold on.
Anahita,
He did take the, he took the doorknobs off the doors. He did enslave them. He did imprison them. And on one of the videotapes, she is passed out cold. It is on footage. That is a fact. It is a fact, Anahita.
I will tell you what the facts are.
Okay,
he got
what?
charged.
I will tell you what the facts
What are the facts?
That same woman went back and lived with him again after she reportedly reported this to the
doesn't
police.
make it right.
Why didn't she leave?
Hold on.
Oh my
Wait on.
God, Anahita,
Hold on.
really?
Hold on, ladies.
You're blaming the victim that got raped?
Wendy.
I think they were
Wendy,
prostitutes
first
and
of all,
drug
hold on.
addicts.
Anahita,
We're
hold on.
women here.
Wendy. Wait, hold on a second. Let's you and I try to explain how it's possible that somebody who's being traumatized and even exploited or abused may be sort of drawn back like a moth to a flame to a situation that's really bad.
You know, it reminds me of the terrible cycle that domestic violence abusers fall into, abusers and victims, that they actually love and have an attachment to the person who is their perpetrator, who is the person who's hurting them.
And the trauma that they're perpetrating.
Yes, so I think it did begin as a sex for drugs, and now he took advantage, because once you have an addict and you're taking advantage of their addiction, you have a lot of power and a lot of control. And Anahita, you are a woman in the trenches, a girlfriend like all of us, so we should not call women prostitutes, okay? These are women. Let us not slut shame. We are not going to slut shame. Some women make money as sex workers, okay? It's a job, all right? That's all it is.
Okay.
Well, there's a big difference between a man exploiting the weakness of these women who clearly were drug addicts and then being charged with sex slavery. The point I'm trying to make is that the story doesn't add up. These women could have left. There were multiple opportunities for them to leave.
Oh, but you could say that about domestic violence survivors as well.
They stayed for the drugs. They were drug addicts, and he was feeding them the drugs that they wanted. I'm not slut-shaming. I'm stating the facts. They were prostitutes. They admit that they were prostitutes. They were advertising their services on a prostitution website. I'm not defending what this guy did, but I'm saying we have to be very careful between exploiting somebody and calling somebody a potential felon.